This is the Unlimited Radio Network.
Black flag on the course.
We rebooted
Buoy issue.
the Unlimited Radio Network this year in 2024.
We have a buoy issue on the course.
A what?
Buoy issue.
I guess there's a delay because of a buoy. Might have become dislodged. We'll keep you updated as time goes. But of course, there is some things, though, that we'll never forget, though. The one year where Mitch Evans won the Columbia Cup with Ed Cooper's U3 Mill Bay Casino, or it was called Cooper's Express. I can't remember which it was, but that was historical for Tri-Cities at that time. The last piston boat to ever win the race here on the Columbia River.
It has been a while, but that's what happens to the progress of technology. Pistons went the way of the dodo.
And of course, that was also a year, I believe, that it was the second year actually, that they had introduced the brand new Miss Madison, which was a cab over. First year it came here, it was driven by Ron Snyder. The following year, it was driven by Mike Hansen, who is now currently the crew chief of that team.
Clock is back up.
Clock is back up and running.
We're at 1 to the 5.
1 to the 5, we were told. A lot of good memories from this place from the time I started coming on. Of course, the first winner of at that time it was the Tri-Cities Atomic Cup, was Bill Brow, the world's fastest milkman, and Bernie Little's Miss Budweiser, and it was Bernie's first victory as well.
Oh, if you like a fun attendance fact really quick, one of the parking lots was chock full yesterday, and it's about 3/4 full today. So we actually have a decrease in attendance.
Well, things happen, but we don't know what it is. I mean, people could have just come down for one day, and then the next day they go to church and do whatever. And
Mark
5 minutes now to the start of the race. We'll be seeing boats take to the course here shortly. And, of course, a big shout-out across the way to the people known as Boat Faced up in the west corner on the Pasco side. Those guys are a rowdy bunch, and, boy, I'll tell you what, they know how to have fun. And now here comes out the first boat. It looks like the U-35 Gunnar O'Farrell in the Batonio Homes.
This heat's going to have Andrew Tate, the Goodman Real Estate, as well as...
And here comes Andrew. He is just now spooling up, getting ready to get on plane with Goodman Real Estate. I'm sure these guys are just going to take their time, just not worry about pushing the equipment. It's just a matter of seeing how they all are doing and getting ready for the final.
Just collect those points and advance on to the final, which will have 5 boats for 5 laps, which the preliminaries are 3 laps long. So these are 3-lap sprints.
And here comes Gunnar O'Farrell by us right now with the U-35.
Gutters by Keith presents
Batonio Homes. And Andrew cuts the course, and here he comes down right past us now with the Goodman Real Estate. That is such a beautiful job on that paint scheme. Gold and black and white.
Andrew's cutting the course again up here on the first and second turn here to set up to get that inside lane. With it being an odds-on favorite for Andrew Tate, do you see him just kind of taking it easy, feeling the boat out for the final, maybe trying
no use in pushing the equipment or anything like that. It's just good the way it is. They just need to get the points, and of course the points are important to them as far as national points standings. So why risk anything as far as any damage to the boat?
Can he mathematically clinch the National High Point Championship leaving here, or will it probably be locked up there in Seattle?
I have not added up any of the points yet.
Because entering in the weekend, it was Andrew Tate first. Just 800 points back was J. Michael Kelly, and he's lost 800 more points this weekend. So,
yep. And of course, for those of you who don't know, these boats are powered by a T55 L7 or is it L5 or L7?
L7 Lycoming turbine engine.
Yeah, that was used during the Vietnam era in their helicopters, the Chinook helicopters. We're now just right around 2 minutes as they head up, come around to get ready to score up for the start of the race. They're just
1 minute. Or 2 minutes. Sorry, 2 minutes.
It looks like they have got their lanes already pretty much established, barring anything different coming around with one more lap to go on this initial run here. They got to make it back to start-finish line within that 1 minute, or else it'll be a assessed 1 minute penalty as they haven't officially scored up yet.
And of course, this looks like what they did a couple of years back with match racing, with only 2 boats being out there at this time.
And Heat 3A is official. Corey Peabody and Dustin Eccles both passed tech inspections, so those results will stand.
Yeah, and the person that does that tech inspections is none other than John Walters, who actually came down with one of these boats that had a turbine in it that was
9,
the
8,
first.
7,
first-
6, 5, 4, 3,
Okay,
2, 1. 1 minute.
And of course, as I was saying, though, John Walters was one of the first ones to use that T55 L7 in the Pride of Pan Pac in 1980, where he did a spectacular flip right in front of where we're sitting at. And now he's a tech inspector, and believe it or not, you better have your I's dotted and your T's crossed with him, because he'll nail you if you violate anything on those inspections. John Walters is a very knowledgeable person and very fair. As they head up the backstretch, we see Andrew Tate just kind of picking it up a little bit, and we're within sight of 30 seconds of the start of this second race. For
The
Heat
wind is
3B.
picking back up as well.
Once they get up in that third turn, lanes will officially be established, and it looks like Gunner might be trying to get the overlap, but it did not look like he succeeded. Here they come down for the
9,
start.
8,
Let's
7,
tug those belts tight
6,
as they come down for the
5,
start here.
4, 3, 2, 1.
And
Mark.
here they
Come
come.
start.
Race is on. Gunner O'Farrell comes across first with Andrew Tate following behind him as they go down to take the first turn. Of course, Andrew Tate, he's got the inside, so it won't be too much for him to go ahead and do things. So we look forward to watching all of this stuff.
Here they come out of the second turn, out of the Blue Bridge corner. We got Gunner O'Farrell and Andrew Tate deck to deck going on the back stretch. Gunner O'Farrell looks to be pulling Andrew Tate here just a little bit, with Tate closing back on in there, going down the back straightaway on the Pasco side. Coming up to turn number 3, they're halfway down the back stretch. Into turn number 3, Andrew Tate on the inside there, pulling Gunner by about a quarter of a rooster tail length lead.
Of course, as they come out as what is known as the Buffalo Brothers turn, it is Andrew Tate in the Goldman Real Estate with Gunner O'Farrell.
Here they go down the front straightaway here, halfway down, going to turn number 1. We got Gunner O'Farrell and Andrew Tate side by side. Andrew Tate is pulling away now by about 3/4 of a rooster tail length lead. He hits some slop up there in turn number 2, allowing Gunner O'Farrell to close in just a little bit, but he's opening it right back up down that back straight road with that superior top end speed.
As they now head into the west turn, the Buffalo Brothers turn, as it is now known as, sponsored by them, Andrew Tate has taken the turn. He's not really stretching out that lead. I think he's just doing enough just to keep out in front and put on a show for our fans that are lining the shows. Here comes Andrew across the line. Now 1 more lap to go with Gunner O'Farrell and the Batonio Homes second.
Going down into that first corner, we got Andrew Tate holding about a rooster tail length lead, just managing that gap on Gunner O'Farrell as they go into that first corner. Andrew Tate is linking it out just a little bit there in the Goodman Real Estate, with Gunner O'Farrell and the Boytono Homes coming out of there as well. About a 2 rooster tail length lead for the Goodman Real Estate.
Andrew is stretching that lead out even more and more. Just held back a little bit until that final lap, and then that's when he's going to just pour on the coals. And as he goes up into the west turn, it's all Andrew Tate.
Bringing them on home, Andrew Tate's going to come down here and collect 400 points to advance on into the final on a perfect weekend so far, with Gunnar O'Farrell getting another second-place finish in Heat 3B.
So, depending on tech inspection, the order of finish goes to Andrew Tate in the Goldman Real Estate U91, the U35 Batonia Homes with Gunnar O'Farrell in second.
Get ready for the Unlimited final around 4:30 p.m. Pacific time. We're not sure what the field will look like, 4 wide with a trailer or 5 wide. There are only 5 boats left in the field for the weekend.
Okay, we'll be back in just a little bit, but now we're going back to the music.